Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for joining me. Once again, I'm your host, MCV. In today's episode, instead of reading a story, I wanted to go back and talk about a previous story. Now, if you haven't listened to The Man on the Roof yet, do me a favor and please listen to that story before listening to this episode. There are going to be spoilers if you listen to this first. So, this episode is titled Perception versus Reality. Is what we see oftentimes really reality, or is it just what we think we're seeing, our perception of what we see? And in the story, The Man on the Roof, we see that that's clearly not true in many circumstances, especially when it comes to people you don't know, people you've never met. So the story starts with this man on a roof. Now he's up on the roof and this bystander this person is walking by and sees him. They didn't call out to ask, do you need help or are you okay? They immediately assumed that he was suicidal and he was about to jump. So rather than getting his attention or speaking to him directly, they call the attention of everyone else around them, saying that, okay, this man is about to jump. Then we see this, and this crowd gathers, right? The whole time, nobody asked, are you going to jump? Everybody, even the police officers, everyone assumed that what they saw at first glance and what that person said was what it was. And we live in a society where this is so true. You see something or you see someone in a situation, and rather than asking, we just assume. We just take what we see and we spread it, you know? We turn it into something that it's not. In many cases, we make it into a bigger thing than it actually should be or than it actually is. And then coming to the end of the story, we find out that the man never had any intention of jumping, right? We also see that when people do things to others that they think should elicit a specific behavior, then they also assumed that this person is behaving in that way because of their actions. That's the result they expect. So even though the boss fired him when he should not have, he assumed that the man was so distressed over him doing something that he clearly should not have done that the man was about to commit suicide. And I'm sure I'm not the only one who's been in a situation where you've done something, you've said something, well, not said something, but you've done something and somebody take it completely out of context. I don't want to make this very long. I just wanted to put this out there. That sometimes what you see is not what is. If you have any stories that you would like to share, please do so in the comment, and I promise I would respond to you, and I too would share some of mine.